Isokotic, aka Subaqueous, and in this video we're going to be making some epic string sounds. They can be a really cool juxtaposition to all the other synthesizers and stuff happening in your track, and they can add this like really orchestral feel to it. And this is going to be more of a kind of retro synth version of that. So let's check it out in Ableton Live. You are in Live, just listening to it. You have just soloed the string sounds using Ableton's Wavetable. Let's hear the whole track. So really smooth type pad and synth string that you can use in your production. You can grab this preset for $1 if you want. The link is down below if you want to just grab and get rolling. But we're going to do this step-by-step DIY style. So watch the rest of this video and we're going to build it from scratch in Ableton Live's Wavetable. All right, so here we are in Ableton Live. First thing I'm going to do is delete this preset. I'm going to just turn these guys off for now. We'll get back to those later. So I'm going to go to Instruments, throw in Wavetable. This is a blank one, and we're going to start building it out to recreate that synth sound we heard earlier. First thing I like to do is there's a little triangle down here. Open that up so we can see the Wavetable in full view. It's just a lot faster and easier working this way. Besides, it just looks prettier. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is on the oscillator 1, I'm going to set it to instruments. And guess what instrument? You'll never guess. Strings. String 3. Bam. And the position set there is totally fine. Oscillator 2, I'm going to turn that on, and I'm going to go with what? Instruments? No, something a little different. I'm going to go with filter and dark throaty. What a weird name for a wavetable. All right, so let's go up to 70% right there. And let's hear what that sounds like. Yep, we got to do a lot more to make this sound cool. So let's turn on the sub oscillator. Going to keep that at octave 0 and the gain turn up. Actually, never mind. It was down, -7, and the tone up 100%. You can see how that adds a lot of upper harmonics to this. And the transpose, we're going to go to 12. And I'm actually going to lower my keyboard because it was pretty high. There we go. That's a much better octave. All right, so now let's look at the modulators and amp down here with envelopes and LFOs. So on the amp, I am going to bring that over to, I'm just going to type it in, 152 milliseconds. We're going to go with a 900 on the decay, sustain, -5. And we're going to bring that release down. I'm actually just going to write in 240. So you can see how we got rid of just a spike at the very beginning because we want to see more like strings that are coming in a little bit softer. Envelope 2, we are going to set to 20 seconds. 20 seconds, not milliseconds. 20 seconds on the decay. Sustain, we're going to go all the way to 0. Release is totally fine. I'm going to go over to my value, and you'll see that my peak I'm going to want down at around 83, 80%. Right there. We want to map that envelope. I'm going to map envelope 2 to oscillator 1 position. What? Why would you do that? We're going to set this up at 100, and what that's going to do is cycle through the wave. So it starts at the beginning of the wavetable, and it's going to move down as it goes, giving it just really interesting movement. And then oscillator 2 position, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with negative. Set that at -50 actually. Great, so we got lots of nice movement in there. We're also going to play with the filter a bit. I'm going to turn up the resonance to about 47. Bring this down to 2.53 kilohertz. Great. Nice, I really like that. I'm going to change the filter circuit to PRD, turn up that drive amount, which means I need to turn down my volume. Great. Now, the next thing I want to do is I actually want to map that to my envelope 3. It's just using the preset how Wavetable comes on envelope 3. We're just going to use that because, hey, it works. And we're going to lower that down a little bit, actually. Nice. Now it just kind of softens a little bit after that initial spike. It kind of comes down and softens. Great. So the last things we're going to do to really tie this together is, oh, totally forgot, unison. I'm going to put on noise, set this to 4 voices, and we're just going to go with 40%. And this is nice because it makes it sound like there's a section. Instead of a single instrument, there's a whole violin section playing, as well as giving them some more air, which makes it seem just a little bit more kind of natural or in a space. So last 2 things we're going to add to this are some effects. Now, these effects are presets. So if you come over here and look up Ballard under audio effects, Ballad reverb, just throw that in. And let me do that right now. You'll see that the only thing I'm changing is the dry wet. I'm going to bring that down a bit, almost to 50%. Same thing with this. Floonch? I don't know, floonch? Is that like a type of Willy Wonka creature or something? So I throw that in. Again, only difference is I bring down the dry wet a little. Nice. Those are some really cool synth strings. So let's hear it with this thing that I already wrote. Nice. It's a really cool pad, very full sounding. It's perfect for use in your production. Great. So there you have it. That is making that preset in Ableton Labs Wavetable. You can build it yourself at wherever you are, wherever in the world, in space, or on a plane, riding it, whatever. If you want, you can grab it for $1 just for ease. Links in the description, as well as a massive collection of future-based sounds. Another link in the description if you want. More coming at you, so make sure you like this if you want to see more strings. I could make cello sounds and other orchestra sounds. Cool, make sure you subscribe. There'll be more videos like this coming at you. I've got a whole bunch coming down the pipeline, so subscribe for more, and see you later.